2 million turnover. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah. But obviously they must know people in, well, they obviously do, in Disney. So they will be paying them for that. But that goes to that subscription model. Yeah. So if you produce content, you go and pay for that content. I mean, it's kind of obvious to most people, I would say, but that's where, going to the Premier League, if they, come together and say, okay, well, we'll be our own platform. The money that they get right now will be dwarfed by the actual money that they could actually get. Like I said earlier, when you go and you have internet access in the middle of Africa, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, especially now with Starlink who's coming over with the satellites, pretty much any corner in the world, you'll be able to watch the football. So it's down to the leagues to fight out amongst each other, and be it the Spanish, the German, the English, that is where this is going. 8 billion people want to watch a sport.
Ching
so
ching.
Even down to the Wrexham, they don't need the billions of people watching. I said earlier, you've got Villarreal. More than half the people here knew where Villarreal was. And it's a tiny town compared to Wrexham, a third of the size. Yeah, in the Champions League. So you could see where the trajectory, if they're clever, which they are obviously, where you could take them.
They have a really good coach.
They must have, because they got promoted. Money doesn't mean that you'll get promoted. Those money doesn't mean that you win the Premier League. Just ask Newcastle.
It helps.
Yeah, well, of course it helps. But look at well, it's a competition. Competition with each other. You can see the Chelsea situation as well. They didn't even get into the Champions League.